Hello there, so we're on to the melody video now. I've got three instrument groups. First one is for drums, second for atmosphere, so I bounce down the pad and the granular thing, and the third is for synths, which is going to be a melody. And this melody is made up of two parts. We've got some stabs, which then lead into some sort of individual notes which have more of a melodic feel. So I'll let you listen to what I put together. So yeah, it's just that it's the stabs which lead into different kind of patterns down here, and then ending up with the doodle-loop, doodle-loop, which then at the end changes to just for a bit of variation to lead back into the next bar. Good. So the kind of idea I was going for is that either the stabs or the melody are going to be more up front than the other. So one would be more of kind of a lead into the other. And I thought to myself, there's two ways of doing that, and one's with mixing techniques, either having one louder than the other or having more reverb on one than the other. But another way to do it, which I think is a lot more interesting, is to have different harmonic content for each synth, and that way the one with the least amount of harmonic content will be further back in the mix. So I'm going to have the stabs in saw waves and the melody in square waves. So then the melody will be further up front because square is kind of a lot thicker. So let's solo out the stabs and have a little play around in massive. New sound. Right, so this is going to be mainly saw waves. So I'm just going to add the second oscillator and separate them by an octave. And what's always good with square waves, if you detune them by quite a fair amount, it makes it nice and thick. What I basically want from these stabs is to be a really short, sharp, impactful sound. So how I'm going to do that is by making a really harmonically rich, thick sound, and then using an envelope and a low-pass filter to cut it off all of a sudden. So it's, you know, it's very stabby. So at the moment we're just trying to make it thick. Add some more voices. And a bit of detune. I think it'd be also nice if these stabs were very wide and the melody was sort of more down the middle. Let's add another saw wave. Try it an octave up. Yeah, that's quite nice. That sounds nice with a bit of movement in it. So I'm going to add an envelope with a quick attack, just bring it down all of a sudden. Feedback. And a bit of white noise. Thickens it up nicely. Let's try a bit crusher. That's quite nice. And to make more for this second insert, I want to use a distortion effect. But to make more use of it, I'm going to go into the routing and place insert 2 before the amp here, just by clicking on insert 2 there, and then it should give a nice thickness like that. That's cool. Alright, now here's the important bit. So, envelope 4 is for the amp, so we're going to take another envelope from here and add it to the filter section. And for the filter, we're going to use a low pass 4. I want low pass 4 instead of low pass 2 because it's got a much higher shelf on the end. So low pass 2 is much more of a gradual filter, whereas low pass 4 is a lot sharper. And what that's going to mean is when this envelope 2 cuts off very quickly, it's going to be quicker and better. Right, so we want to fiddle with the envelope so that it shuts fast and then opens up again. And the shutting fast will be the punchy sound, then the opening up will allow us to hear the harmonics again. So you can hear that nice sort of impact at the start. That's kind of nice. If we play with the amp envelope, it might extend that a bit. Cool. Just gonna use the EQ to boost a bit around the bottom. Right, that sounds quite good for the stabs. Move on to the melody and just get the basic sound down. Loop this part. I'm going to add a bit of something else just for a bit of difference in there. That's nice. It's nice, bit of low end colour on the white noise. So what that delay's done is just make it sound like it's sort of ending up on the right, like it's fading slightly. That sounds cool. Let's see what they sound like together. I think the individual melody notes things are a bit too fuzzy, so I'm going to get rid of the phase. Yeah, that's sounding pretty good. I think the stabs could be slightly more punchy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the stabs channel, and I'm going to call this one Punch. And I'm going to use the amp envelope to accent the hit right at the beginning. And take up the resonant, just so it's more punchy. And then mix these in together. Get the volume balance right. Much better, just helping to thicken it up a bit. I want that to be a lot more beefy, so the second one, which is just for punch, I'm going to add a bit of a saturator to fill it out more. I'm going to EQ it to accent the punch, which should be the loudest part, around here somewhere. 359. Maybe around here. Or both. That sounds pretty cool. Take care of this a little bit. Start off with EQ. Actually, I'm going to add a bit of compression. No, I'm going to add some compression to this one after, to again bring up the punch. Okay, join me in part 2 to finish up the processing of the melody.